Hello, welcome guys to the second episode of Grande Gang TV. This is our podcast series where we bring on guests and to try and offer you a new life perspective and inspire you to do different things so that you can live life grande and get the most out of life. Here at Grande Gang is our goal and mission to inspire individuals to seek the most out of life and live life grande, which means big in Spanish for all you illiterate motherfuckers. So here today we have the reselling dons themselves, the godfathers of reselling. Some like to call them. Some would like to also call them evil, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? They're here to teach you how to get some money. So you need to sit down and listen if you want to touch some of this money. So we got Reese and we got Skrap, the two dons of Hypernova Group. Um, Hypernova Group is a reselling group, mainly on Twitter. They specialize in reselling items all the way from Pokemon cards to sneakers to Funko Pops. Believe me, everything. Like we own everything. So we've even resold pools. So without further ado, I'm gonna allow Reese and Scrap to introduce themselves and tell you a little bit more about Hypernova.
How you doing, y'all? I'm Strap. I'm one of the owners of Hypernova. We started with Reese about a year ago now, and it's really grown into something amazing. We just basically help people make money from home, any way possible through sports betting or sneaker flips or Pokemon cards, like you said, or just anything that we can make money from at home, stocks, anything. Go
What's
ahead,
up,
Reese.
everybody? It's Reese, the other owner of Hypernova Group. Like Scrap said, we got in it to make money, but along the way we decided that we saw a way to help other people make money. So here we are.
Would you guys mind going a little bit more in depth about what exactly Hypernova is, how it works, just for the people that aren't aware, because everybody doesn't follow us on Twitter.
Yeah. So Hypernova is a Discord server, and you need a membership to join the Discord. And once you get into Discord, it's filled with just information, like information beyond belief. Um, we start off with the guides. We make everybody start off with the guides and go through there. There's about 10 or 15 guides, and then like a real big master guide. You start there, you read through all that, get all the information, and then you make your way down to the releases channel, the important channels, and that's where we post all like our announcements and everything like that, all the resellable things, all the time sensitive things that whatever's happening that day that needs to be done. So we have that. We have like our random flip section, which is like in-store things or random websites like pools. During the summer, we were doing pools, um, action figures, Funkos, Crocs, whatever it is that day. We have cards, which is like sports cards and Pokemon cards, flipping those. Sports. We do brick seat, which is like discounted things at box stores. And we do stocks. We got an auto flip and mobile home section. We got monitors that like monitor websites 24/7 for when the products are restocking or dropping. It'll send an alert to our Discord so everybody knows like this product just dropped. And I think that's about it.
Yeah. So for you people that are unaware to what Discord is it's like another group chat app similar to Telegram, but it's in its own right. If you've known any big time gamers, they use Discord. So Discord is just a way to add hella people into a group. And like Scrap and Reese said, Hypernova is a paid group, and highly sought after paid group at that because they've made their members so much money. But for those of y'all that are unaware of Discord, it's just a little app. Getting chats, they have a voice channel, and you have access to a whole bunch of other groups. And so for the people listening that may have a like a negative perception about Hypernova, coming from me, Grande, I'm been in Hypernova. I'm telling you, it's nothing but ways to make money. Nothing but a supportive group of people that don't want to do anything but help you find different ways to make money and help you utilize your biggest tool in today's age, which is that damn $1,200 iPhone that you're listening to this interview on. And none of this stuff we talk about is to down you, but only to lift you up and show you how to get this money and live life grande. So, Skrap and Reese, with Hypernova being tailored around reselling, where did you guys get your first starts in reselling? Like where did reselling start for you guys? And then at what point did you realize that, hey, this is something that A, I can do for the rest of my life, and B, I would love to do for the rest of my life?
I would say for me, reselling came for me from a love of sneakers, period. So it started as about, I don't know, 10, 12 years ago, probably for me, buying extra pairs of shoes that I wanted. And then I would flip the second pair to pay for my first pair. And then so I did that for a little bit, on all the ones I wanted anyway, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a strictly I was after like trying to make money off of it. It was because I wanted pairs to keep for myself, but I didn't want to pay for them. I wanted somebody else to pay for them. So I did that for a minute, and then probably early 2018, when I was still working at the Apple store. One of my coworkers at the Apple store owns a consignment store here in Denver, and I was just talking to him. His consignment store is based in like resale, so sneakers and Supreme and stuff like that. So I was talking to him and just trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, like ways for me to make some extra money. Trying to take care of the family, trying to make some money on the side. He was like, you should start getting into like flipping Supreme. I was like, all right. So I started like that week, started looking at like bots and all of that stuff. I ended up buying my first bot within like a week or two of that, getting started, like, and then just kind of teaching myself and learning. But it's been a progression from that point to where we are now. It used to be like working on a release for hours, not getting any pairs, being frustrated, working on another release for hours, not getting any pairs, being frustrated. You know what I'm saying? And then you eventually figure out what things work for you. And once you figure out the things that work for you to make you the money, that's where you'll profit.
Yeah. For me, Reese actually got me into reselling. Um, I don't remember how it happened exactly, but we were just talking, and he was like, "Yo, look at this shit," and he was showing me the Supreme shit. It was like this shit's reselling for, I don't know, whatever it was, like $300. It's like a $50 item or something. I'm just like, "Yo, what the fuck? Like, I need parts of this." And he showed me like how to work the bot and everything. I think, like he said, that week I went and bought one too. And I was like, "Shit, I need one too." Like, this is how we're gonna start making money. And yeah, after that, that's all. Like basically, I think my first Supreme cook, I flipped for like $200, and I was like, okay, like I can really actually do this. This is just one item that I got that I flipped. I can get multiple of these and flip them, maybe make 800 a week, and that's basically what happened. We just started moving on from Supreme to shoes and shoes to everything else.
All right, so for the haters out there, you obviously see that these men started doing this with well intentions, just another way to get money. But let's talk about Teflon Gate. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to talk about it. So, what can y'all let these people know? What happened with Telfar? How are we? How was it? How were you guys demonized in a matter of days from cooking that many bags?
um,
And it wasn't even days. It was like it was like 2 hours, bro. In like 2 hours, we were like the most hated people. We were the worst. It was interesting. Yeah, like that was an interesting day. We was running. You know what I'm saying? We was botting, of course. One of our mods had came 2 to 3 weeks before that, maybe a month. And was like, "Yo, these bags, like, this is a way to make some money. These bags are gonna be selling. Like, this becoming popular, whatever, whatever." So we was like, "All right, man, whatever." So we looked at it, whatever. Realized it was a Shopify site. So of course, like we can run a Shopify site with the bot. So it was like, all right, what I'm saying, let's give it a go. Well, I think I got a bag one time and sold it for like double what I paid for it. Like at first, like manually, I think too. It wasn't like no bot or nothing like that. And I listed on eBay and I sold it like within a day for like double what I paid for it. And I was like, well, I guess, what I'm saying, this is something that we should take a look at. So we started running the bots, and I would leave it running in the morning. In the summer, this was in July, so still working it out in July. So I would get ready for work. I would set the bot up and let it run, and what I'm saying, get out the shower because they didn't have any anti-bot or nothing like that. And I would get out the shower, and every day I'd be like, all right, well, nothing happened. But it's that one particular day, I got out the shower and my computer was like pinging crazy. We had success already. I had all kinds of captures across the screen. Like I was like mad confused, and I hit like a crazy amount of bags on with the bot or whatever in my success. And yeah, like next thing I know, like we were talking about it, Skrap posted a video of our success on Twitter, and that kind of just sent the whole thing
Yeah, that
off.
was the tipping point of our success, and well, it wasn't just ours, of the entire group. So it was probably like like 300 bags. And after that, they went crazy on Twitter. I don't even know how or where it caught on, but it caught on, and that shit was a wrap. I had every woman on Twitter in my mentions. Like,
Mentions, DMs,
yeah,
everything.
it was crazy.
That's wild. That's wild. And for those of y'all that are unfamiliar with Telfar is a black owned vegan leather handbag business. So, and they've been owned by a African American that's a part of the LGBTQ community. They have been selling bags for a few years now, but they didn't blow up until really like if I'm not mistaken, a couple years to a year ago. And this was for y'all that aren't haven't been keeping up with Skrap and Reese. This was something that was big on the timeline, like on Twitter for a few weeks at that, and they still get shit for it. And we just want to tell people that in all reality, first of all, these two are black men. So in all reality, by participating in the reselling, they actually generated more publicity for that black owned business because because they were able to accumulate such a high percentage of their stock and able to resell it to people. They were able to they had articles published on them in all types of magazines, newspapers, online. Like it was crazy, but all that effectively helped Telfar. It got so bad that Telfar was backed up, and it's still backed up on orders so bad that they had to start taking pre-orders and making orders, making orders. I don't want to say fresh because it's not like they're making chicken, but you know what I'm saying, like taking taking a deposit and holding people's money until they actually fulfill their order individually. So even though it to some people from their perspective it can seem a little bit evil, I just want everybody listening, I want you to understand the power of marketing and scarcity within a market, because that's exactly what this is nothing but a fundamental marketing principle, but in real life. And although it may be a little inconvenient for the consumer, at the end of the day, I don't think Telfar has any complaints. They probably won't ever voice their opinion on it, but they definitely didn't have any complaints, because at the end of the day, it brought business to their business and it brought notoriety to their business, whether you personally like it or not. So now that we've gotten over the hump,
Right.
the
That's a
big
fact.
hump.
Their drops selling out in like,
You said what? You said what, Scrap?
oh my bad, bro. Yeah, we had their drop selling out in like 10, 15 seconds. So like the hype was there. We made the hype. I shouldn't say we made the hype, but we helped make the hype. And every drop they were trending on Twitter. Every time they restocked, they were trending on Twitter.
and mind you, this is like a company that's been in business for years now, and I don't think they've ever had that much hype until that happened. Like it was to where you couldn't, when they would have a drop, bro, all you would see on the timeline is Telfar, Telfar, Telfar. Like, oh my god, I didn't get one, I didn't get one. So at the end of the day, while some people look at resellers as a leech or on certain communities, at the end of the day, they're it's they're organisms, like, you feel me, because I'm, you know what I'm saying, I'm explaining some biological terms. They're organisms that create mutualism with their companies, because at the end of the day, if Skrap and Reese weren't reselling these things to the extent they were, Telfar wouldn't have been selling out like that. And 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 that's just the truth. That's just the facts. They wouldn't have got as much exposure as they had in that short period of time. Like, we're talking like from a month span, within a month span, that these drops are all selling out like that. And for a company that's been in business a long time, that's something that I know brought tears to their eyes. Now, you can argue with the integrity of it or not, but these men, I know from personal experience, from being a part of it, we weren't selling them at an outrageous prices. Nobody was. Like, at the end of the day, you might make double your money off them, but you were still that, shipping was free 9 times out of 10. Like, nothing, it was nothing crazy, like nothing crazy. So for the people that don't understand reselling or aren't hip to reselling, and they a lot of people just think reselling is like just selling, shoes and clothes and tax and prices. What are some other things that you guys resell that are lesser known but have a greater, if equal if not greater, profit margin, and don't cost as much money to resell, or for consumers to buy from you guys?
Right now, the number one reselling item is probably a PlayStation 5. That's probably not the easiest thing to get your hands on, but it restocks the most. It sells quick, and it sells for probably the most amount of profit. Some other things, um, a lot of like artwork, like Tall's Dows or Bear Bricks, stuff like that. Whenever they're reselling, um, I'm trying to think. Some toys. There's always random toys. Sports cars is probably the cheapest one with the best return, honestly. So you can get it like patch of sports cars from Walmart or Target for 5, 10, and $20, like depending on what pack you get. And that $5 pack about selling on eBay for about $15 to $20. The $20 pack is from like 40 to I've seen them reach like 150. So and they restock pretty often at Walmart and Target. A lot of people don't know what to look for, what days to go to, and that's what we provide.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something to resell, and it always changes too. You know what I'm saying? Like every Christmas there's a particular toy that a kid wants or whatever. This year it just happened to be gaming consoles because they were new. Next year it'll be something
Yeah.
else. You know what I'm saying? So but there's things throughout the year, and things throughout the year depend on what's happening in the world. Um, you know,
Yeah.
COVID locked a lot of things down, a lot of manufacturing, so that caused scarcity among some things. Like we can talk Nintendo Switches for a little bit. Those were a hot thing over spring summertime. Like that was a thing that people wanted because everybody was stuck at home. People wanted to play video games, but there wasn't that many being shipped to the U.S. because the factories are closed down, and everybody was blaming it on the resellers. The resellers just saw the opportunity because when something is scarce, the price is going to go up. It is just economics. You know what I'm saying? If you took a basic economics class, you will understand supply and demand, and that's all that it is.
Yep. See, guys, that, like you're talking about, simple marketing principles. Simple marketing principles. Nothing is done, to intentionally, block bar people out of it. At the end of the day, if it wasn't these guys, it would have been somebody else. These are not the only resellers. These aren't the only people with the reselling Discord, and these aren't the only resellers that pull in buku money. Right? They're just not. Like, that's just the truth about it. If it hadn't have been them, it would have been somebody else, and that's the truth. So before you try and demonize these men, or come at them crazy, you got to understand that this is just it's just the times. Like, it's just the times. This is the time we live in. Reselling has always been a thing and probably will always be a thing. And reselling, as companies will never advocate for it, but at the end of the day, it helps these companies out. And as long as these companies are getting their money, they're happy. So whether it comes from you or it comes from a reseller. So at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with reselling. At the end of the day, I mean, if you want to fight resellers, we can teach you how to do that. Matter of fact, we can talk a little bit about that. So you guys mentioned earlier bots, like using bots. Can you explain what bots are to the average person, and B, what uses they have on drops for like Telfar, big sneakers, stuff like that?
Yes. So a bot is essentially a piece of software or a software script that um, it pretty much goes on a site, and a bot could be for anything, but the bots that we use mostly are going to be considered auto checkout bots, and they're going to allow you to add multiple profiles, choose the product that you want to go for, and then run a bunch of tasks. Each task is one try. Run a bunch of tasks at the same time. So instead of you going to a site and clicking around and trying to add the cart, that will be considered you doing one manual task or whatever. In a bot, you can run, hundreds of tasks at the same time. And that gives you, of course, better chances. The more you run, the better your chances are, depending on the type of site. So
Okay, so basically, bots are just another computer program that you can use to better your chances at copping certain merchandise.
yep.
So with my personal experience using bots, you need a little bit more than a bot. So can you guys kind of explain what else is necessary for your bots to run successful on most foot sites?
Yeah. Besides the bots, you need depending on what site type it is what you'll actually need. So for like let's just say a foot site drop, you'll need proxies, a bunch of DC, which is data center proxies, and then a bunch of residential proxies. And these proxies basically change your IP when it's going to the site through the bot to give it every task that you're running on that bot a different IP address. So you'll need those proxies. You'll need a bunch of credit cards or debit cards or um, virtual cards, like through the virtual cards now. You need those. You need what am I missing? You need Gmails. You need a lot of Gmails. So every order gets sent to like a different Gmail or whatever you're doing. You need probably a couple addresses, and yeah, that's about it for foot sites. That's all you need bot wise.
There you have it, folks. So if you feel like resellers are taking all your merchandise that you want to cop, you can go out and cop some of these bots. And all different bots have different uses. There's different types of bots. Like I said, I'm a little bit versed in it, but I like to let Reese explain like a little bit more, like go a little bit more in depth about different types of bots and their different functions.
I would say your main types of like auto checkout bots that we will be concerned about. There's the only types that there really are what type of site that they're gonna go for. Um, the main ones are like your foot sites, Foot Locker, etc. And then you have like Shopify type sites, which are all your boutique stores, and then you'll have your random other sites that don't really have like a special bot for most of them. You know what I'm saying? They don't have standalone bots like Off White or Converge. Like very few bots will have sites like those, but some will. Um, Most people go for all-in-one bots though. All-in-one bots give you a good variety of sites. Usually, all-in-one bots usually always contain foot sites and Supreme and Shopify. And just kind of depending on what you want to go for. So that's mainly the first thing that you want to look for when you're looking for a bot is making sure you know what you want to, you know what I'm saying, go for what you want to be able to acquire.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, you guys. I appreciate you guys breaking that down to the consumer. So now, now that you guys know a little bit more about reselling, we're going to I want Skrap and Reese to really kind of give some testimonials they have to show you just how simple not how simple reselling is, but how impactful it can be on your life. And it's something that you never think about it. So if you guys have any testimonials for, from any group members that you like to share, or just even your own personal story about how reselling changed your life, I'd love for you guys to elaborate on that for the viewers.
Yeah, I don't have any I don't have any on hand, but there has been a couple members that I can think of. One specifically during the switch at the early of the pandemic. He was absolutely killing the switches. Like he was probably getting like 10, 15 a day, and he was just selling them right away, like for probably more than anybody in the group. He was literally jugging these switches, and he ran up like 100K off the switches. There was another when pools were reselling. There was somebody in there who was literally like being able to buy the deliveries of pools from stores, and he ran up. I'm pretty sure it was 300,000 off pools, like profit. This is
Jesus.
profit, not gross. Um, yeah, but besides that, we've had people be able to buy houses, be able to buy cars for their parents, pay off
Engagement ring.
bills, engagement rings. Yeah, just to see that is worth it, bro. It's super dope. Like to see people succeed and catch up in life and get ahead as well. Just not catch up, but get ahead.
Yeah, I mean, and that applies to us
Yeah,
as well.
definitely.
Like that's exactly why we started doing this. Over the past couple of years, we've been able to do things that I never thought possible. Both of us, you know what I'm saying? Like we've been able to spend time with our families and still be able to pay our bills and live decently. Like make an extra few thousand a month off sitting at your computer for a couple hours and then having UPS or FedEx come pick up some boxes sounds great to me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like on the internet, a lot of you guys, a lot of you people listening, and even ourselves included, sometimes we have this skewed view of people. We feel like they're lying or they're faking. Like these are both people that have really changed their lives off reselling. Like for me interacting with them and knowing them, like Reese has moved into a new house. I know Skrap has just moved into a new house. They've been able to buy new cars. They've been able to support their families. Like this is something that they really do for work. Like this is their occupation, and they spread that wealth around by providing all these types of resources within their group. So at the end of the day, all they want to do is feed their families and help you feed your family. Like the fact that like they gave away a membership every day for Christmas, like for the whole month of December. They gave away memberships almost every day. So it's like these aren't evil people. These aren't bad guys at all. Like this is something that they just happen to do. This is just what they happen to do for their occupation. And it's a blessing to be able to learn about these type of things and realize how big the world is out there, and you can really just make money so many different type of ways. And this is exactly why I wanted to have these guys on, to really open up you guys' minds and to this new perspective of getting to this internet money, because this is just one way to get money on the internet. Like reselling is just one drop in the ocean of making money, flipping your money, investing your money. And because there's a lot of times, like a lot of stuff that you buy to resell, it may not resell immediately. That's a common misconception that people have with these guys, is that everything they buy they resell immediately. No, sometimes you have to sit on things and you have to wait on it. It takes a lot of patience, a lot of perseverance, and I just want to let you guys know that these guys work hard. Like they work hard. like I said, as a member of Hypernova, like I see the work that these guys do. They've added from the time I joined in the summertime to now. They've added so many different channels. They've added damn near doubled the monitors. They've added a stock channel, a gambling channel for those that are able to gamble. They come together and they help each other make picks. And because they just want to spread the wealth. Like, they're not selfish people, they aren't evil people. They just really just want to help everybody get some money how they realize they could get some money. And I really appreciate you guys' time today. If there's anything else you guys like to add before we wrap up, you guys feel free to add anything on for the people out there.
Yeah, we appreciate you having us on, bro. Our website is hypernova.group. Our Twitter is hypernova group. You can catch everything, updates on the group there. We're currently sold out, but we should be restocking sometime in February. So just watch the Twitter for that.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate you having us on today.
Hey, no problem. Appreciate you guys for coming on and helping me inspire everybody out there to live grande. So everything, all their websites will be dropped down. They also have a merch shop. So even if you can't join Hypernova, even if you just fuck with some of the designs, I'll be dropping those links down below in the description as well. So feel free to, follow these guys on Twitter and check them out. You know what I'm saying? Check the group out, maybe get to know a little bit more about reselling, and hopefully we can help you guys get some money. You know what I'm saying? Live grande. So again, thank you, Reese and Skrap, for coming on today. I appreciate your time. And so to my viewers, you know what I'm saying? It's Grande Gang TV podcast, episode 2, wrapping up. You feel me? Live grande, get the most out of each day. And this series is just going to continue and to sow into you guys' life. And hopefully I can help some people out there change their lives and get up out of situation. We live in a rough time. So we got to come hard, and we got to come with different ways to get to that money. So again, thank you, Reese and Skrap, for coming on to help me spread this message. And I'll catch y'all guys later.
All right, man. Appreciate you.